Now
with the
we're going to put our ring assembly, tool and ring assembly into the two holes where the cap screws came out. The first thing you have to do is remove the bearing or the spacer so that the bearing cup has a place to go. Otherwise it'll be steel to steel, and that way you will break the cables. The two prongs from the ring assembly go into the two holes where the cap screws were. The cables go around the cross and back to the top plate. Now by pulling with the cables the way we do, no damage is done to either the yoke, the U-joint, because the U-joint is much harder than the cables, and after talking to some of Spicer's engineers, we found out that there's no way the cables could hurt the bearing surface of the U-joint. Now these cables will pull just over or around 14 ton. And she's loose. Now going back together is a little bit different. We want to put the spacer in. Now, assuming that both are out, we've put one back in. Now we're going to pull the second one into place. We want to put the spacer back in so that it holds the bearing cup exactly where it should be, at the right depth, and so that while we're pulling the second one in, the first doesn't move. We go to the opposite end. We've got to get these out. I'm pulling the second one in. We use guide bolts and what we call a pull bar. Now that pull bar is cut out for the bearing, again at the right depth, and these bolts only need to be finger tight. Now we use the two balls on the ends of the cable to pull it back in again. The depth of that bearing in and out is plus or minus 1.6 thousandths of an inch. And that depth is critical to the balance of the U-joint. With this tool, it reseats the bearings back into the exact depth. Now it's completely seated back into the bore to the right depth, which is critical, like I said, for the balance. And we're ready to reassemble. Now this can be done under the truck by suspending one end of the driveline and half of the yoke and U-joint is unbolted. You don't need a puller for half of it. The other half, well, we just demonstrated how that's done. And you don't have to take the driveline completely out, which is a two-man job, and take it to a press. It can be done by one person. Cap screws back in holding the spring tab. And the job is complete.